Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have two mods for you. The first is an animation mod by the name of Dual Wield Improved. As the name suggests, the mod offers a completely new look and feel for the dual wielding animations. The main aim is to make movement feel more fluid, and it does this by adjusting the stance and then building the animations around it. As you all know, the vanilla dual wielding animation involves your character lifting one weapon low and forward, and the other high and further back. As logical as that might be, it's also a little finicky when turning or moving around. Every slight movement lowers the weapons and then they instantly spring back into the stance when you stop. Also, the third person stance isn't consistent with the first person view, where both weapons are held together and lower down, so the new animations fix that too. As you can see, both weapons are lower down and in an area similar to where you hold them when you're moving around in vanilla. The mod applies fitting animations for all types of movement, including turning, walking, running and sprinting. There's attack animations in all directions too, including power attacks, so it's an entire and complete replacer. We think they fit in nicely and it's a fantastic alternative to vanilla. The latest version even comes with fitting animations for the dual wield parrying mod. This lets you set a hotkey to block while dual wielding, and now the animations fit in nicely for that too. Overall, you can't get much better for a simple, fluid and completely new feel for dual wielding. As always with mods like these, it'll mostly come down to personal preference, but it's definitely up there with some of the better animation mods. The second mod for today's spotlight is another simple one. It's called Followers as Companions, and it basically gives you more control over your followers' movements and exactly how they follow you. In vanilla, followers hang around in the back, and unless you're significantly zoomed out, you probably won't even notice them until you enter battle. That's a pretty solid way to handle companions, because one of the worst things that can happen in any game with followers is that they get in the way. However, the author felt there was still some room for improvement, or at least to offer the player more control over how their follower behaves. The mod comes with a menu where you can set 3 hotkeys as well as adjust a few coordinates. One of the hotkeys lets you choose whether your follower will walk behind you or beside you. The other hotkey will control your follower's idle position, whether it's to wait around or to follow you. And finally, the last hotkey updates your follower's behaviour instantly. You'll only need these hotkeys during the setup, so don't worry about having to give up 3 keys for a single mod. Setting up the mod is quite simple in concept, but it's actually quite tricky to get exactly how you want it. You'll basically just be adjusting the coordinates in the menu and then pressing the hotkeys to see what sort of effect it has on your character's position. You can make them walk right beside you, or you can make them follow you from even further away than in vanilla. You can also make them walk all the way to the right or left, and even make them walk in front of you. The mod also comes with the ability to stop NPC pushing, so if they ever get in your way, they'll simply walk through you instead of pushing you out of the way. From our testing, even when Mercurio was walking as close to our character as he is now, he never once bumped into us or got in the way. The mod is actually quite smart and automatically forces the follower further back if you enter combat, or even if you just draw your weapons, so they'll never get in the way of combat. The only real issue with the mod comes with directional issues. Sometimes the follower doesn't always turn around and face the same direction as your character, and they'll even resort to running backwards just to keep up. It's actually not that bad and is fixed whenever you draw your weapons or enter any load screen. If the follower is a little further away, it can actually seem like more randomness and spontaneity in their movement, but if they're closer it can be quite distracting. It's not a major issue, but it's something to keep in mind. Overall, the mod basically gives you control over how your follower moves around you. If you've ever wanted to tweak it, then this mod is for you. However, if you're using pretty much any other follower overhaul that comes with their own system, then it simply won't work. It's also not compatible with multiple followers, but apart from that you shouldn't have any issues. Links for both of today's mods can be found in the description below. As always, be sure to leave any docent anime mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.